First opened in 1975, resurrected in 2006, we welcome you inside the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints, here in downtown New Orleans. From the 6, here comes a return. Now an opening past the 30, and they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. And a nice run to start out. 6 yards on the first play of the game. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Back to throw is Manning. He'll get that complete to Harrison.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
An early test to start this one. 3rd and inches. Now some movement up front, and we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Throwing now, Manning. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. He'll look to throw. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. This a mess on the offensive end. He goes out of bounds. That's going to be a loss of 5 yards on that play.
What they teach these backs is when you catch a check down, immediately try to get vertical. Try to put a hole in the defense coming to rally tackle. So give credit to the defense here. They strung this out and made him go sideways, and they forced him to go so far sideways, he went out of bounds.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Now they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
On the ground, this is Kentre Miller. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They send him right out of the slot. They'll throw out of the gun. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Saints.
Just a beautiful ball there by the quarterback. And the point I want to make here, Mike, and make sure the viewer understands is, in the NFL, if you have to wait for a guy to be open and then deliver the ball, it's too late. So often these quarterbacks throw their guy open. They anticipate where the void in the coverage is going to be. That's exactly the reason this play worked out here, Mike, and he's able to connect here for a big touchdown.
After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. To return is Dallas Flowers. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Colts offense ready now for their second drive. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. 1st and 10. Manning. Over the middle, it's Harrison. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Now Manning. In trouble, and down he goes.
So after picking up some positive yardage on first down, they end up going backwards on second. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
Here's a 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Manning. He'll try to run for it. And he'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield. Looks like we have an injured Colt on that play. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They'll look to throw here on first down. Going down the middle of the field, and he's got his tight end. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
The most valuable real estate on the field, Mike, that every offense is trying to attack is the middle of the field. So when you have a tight end who's as good as this guy, and you can get vertical down the middle, man, that is a nightmare for these defenses to deal with.
That is hauled in at the 5. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves first and goal inside the low red zone.
They'll try to run this one in. And looked like he may have had a lane, but the defense shut it down quickly. He did not get in, and it'll be second down.
This defense is able to get the hold here on first down, Mike, but they might have to do it 3 more times. I think if I'm this offense, I'm saying this is 4 down territory. I've got 3 more shots to gain 1 yard. Here you go.
On second and goal, they'll give him another shot. And this time, he will work his way into the end zone. Jonathan Taylor, touchdown Colts. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Saints offense ready to take over for their second possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide-angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And that ball incomplete.
It's one of those balls where the quarterback wishes there was a string. The second it came out of his hand, he wished he could just pull it back because from the moment it left his hand, that looked like a sure interception, and the only reason it wasn't because the defender just flat out dropped it.
They motion the slot man left. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That's taken in, and he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
Here's the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over once more. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down. They'll begin here on the ground. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And I don't think he got there with that one. Only needed a yard. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And now we're looking at 3rd down.
Great job here defensively, Mike. Make them snap the ball again. 2nd and 1, they're not conceding anything. Make it 3rd and 1 and see if your defense can come up again with a stop for no gain.
Pickup of 11 yards on that one. That's good for a Colts 1st down.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
Now this time they'll look to throw. No one open, he'll drop it to his running back. Now, faking the give. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Back to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
They'll run on 2nd down. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
Quick throw here is complete. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. 1st down and goal. Here's a run. And this one ruined quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
They'll look to throw. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Indy. Gay to add the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Colts will move out to a 14-7 lead. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Here's McAllister to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Now a give on the ground. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, They're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. 14-7 is our score. More from New Orleans after this. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. And he is going to be out of bounds. 20-yard pickup there. 1st down, New Orleans.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs to kind of help wear down the defense. But I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. From out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Motion man is the tight end going right. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Groupie's kick is good. And the Saints are back within 4 at 14-10. He made the field goal a moment ago. Now Groupie back out to kick it away. Davis now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Colts offense ready to get back at it. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Back to throw is Manning. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Throwing now, Manning. Quick throw, taken in, and they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Looking to throw is Manning. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Just a great individual effort, and when you have a guy that can win his one-on-one matchups, now it becomes less about who's blocking him and how do we block him. Expect the offense to make some adjustments because right now, one-on-one, this defender is going to win every time.
Here's Rigoberto Sanchez now as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Saints offense getting set to get back to work. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll go right and find his running back.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
He'll look to throw. Got his man. That's Grant. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
In order for this play to be successful against man coverage, Mike, 2 things need to happen. 1, the quarterback has to anticipate the break. He has to get that ball out on time. And then the rest is the receiver creating the separation at the top. And when both are accomplished, you can see what the results are.
Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Back to the air one more time. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
It is 3rd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. He fumbled the football. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want. But now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball, more bodies around the ball carrier. Because when that ball pops out, you've got to be on it. These opportunities don't come around often, and when they do, you got to seize the moment.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Saints are back within a point. It's 14-13. He made the field goal a moment ago. Now Groupie back out to kick it away. Davis now to return it. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Colts offense headed back to take over once more. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Room to run at the 35. And he's going to be taken down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Right back to him on 1st down. And that's going to get closed up quickly. He'll get only to the 37. On the play fake, here's Manning. That's to the left side, taken in by Harrison. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Manning. Thrown left side, the catch is made. Third and a yard. Try to pick this one up on the ground. 1st down and more inside the 20. And he's down at the 3. What a run.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
No handoff. He'll keep it himself. And he will do it himself. He's in. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The dual threat of the quarterback. When you have one that can run, why not use him, especially down here, Greg? And they punch it in for the touchdown.
There's nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than down here near the goal line when he can call his own number. And in this case, that's exactly what he does, and he's able to take it in himself.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Here's McAllister to return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Saints offense ready to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a 1st down in this spot.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another 1st down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this 1st half. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Here comes Blake Groupie for this field goal try. This one will be from 37 yards out. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Saints are back within 5. Still a little time. Final minute of this 1st half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Colts offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. Manning. A hit, and he has lost the football. The Saints have got it. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. Wow, Greg, never a good time to turn the ball over, but in the final minute of the first half, to give up a defensive touchdown, big mistake for the offense there.
Yeah, and we see so often teams love to go try to steal points before the half. They have this aggressive mindset. They think it gives them a little bit of a momentum gain going into the halftime break. In this case, the aggressiveness backfires. Not only are they unable to score, but they cough it up and the defender takes it all the way back for 6.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They trail by 2, and we'll start this drive with 1st and 10. To the air is Manning. Short pass taken in by the tight end. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. The visitors' offense going to take over just before the half. Now Manning. Taking off. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain. And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
We'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Here's Manning. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Matt Gay coming on for this field goal try. This one from 52 yards away. Gay's kick is good. And the Colts get 3 here late in the first half to take the lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Final moments of this first half, kicking with the lead now, as this one is in the air. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Saints offense gonna get it one last time here late in the opening half. The deficit is 1, as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A one-point game as quarter three begins. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The home team's offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They'll do so with 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
A give, and here comes Williams. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
The Saints lining up in punt formation as he'll punt it away for the second time. A fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Throwing to begin this drive is Madden. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
This offense came into this drive hoping to extend their narrow lead, Mike, but instead, after first down, they find themselves in 2nd and forever following that big sack right out of the gate.
Back to throw is Manning. Now he takes off. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback, just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Back to throw. They'll look to set up the screen here. That screen goes for 12, and that's a first down.
How often do we see, Mike, the running back, they get a little too antsy and they go a little too fast on these screen plays. In this case, great job by the back. First, he let his offensive lineman go out. He then follows behind. That's the key to a good screen play.
Throwing now, Manning. Quick throw here is complete. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. Looking to throw is Manning. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Going to try to pick up the first down with his own read.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Handoff here, up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down. They'll try to get this one on the ground. Still keeping the legs moving, somehow managing to turn that into a game.
I think the decision of whether or not you kick the field goal or keep your offense on the field, Mike, comes down to, do you have a play on your call sheet you love? Do you have a critical down, 4th down play that you know is going to work? Because if you do, now's the time to dial it up, be aggressive, and extend this drive.
The home team's offense ready to get back to work. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. Drive will start on the ground. They'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And it's recovered by one of his teammates.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey, guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs.
The Colts offense ready to take over once again. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Quick throw, taken in. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. Jonathan Taylor, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think here we are in the second half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove. It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
And no return on this one. Fair catch signaled for and taken. The Saints offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. And the drive begins with a run by Williams. This will be a Saints first down. He has this one past the 35 to about the 37.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. A hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to set up that screen, but the rush got there too quickly.
Based on the routes downfield, it looked like the protection was designed to give the quarterback a little bit more time to wait for things to uncover downfield. So give credit up front to the defensive line. Immediate pressure early speeds up the quarterback's clock. He's got no choice than to get rid of it, probably a little bit earlier than he would have preferred.
13 yards on the catch there. It's good for a Saints first down.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day. The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Slot man in motion left. They'll look to throw again. Got his man, that's Graham. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
They'll look to throw yet again. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
As a pass rusher, you don't always need to record a sack to make your presence felt. Creating pressure, move the quarterback, affect his timing. Those are all different ways to take pressure off your coverage unit.
And he'll bring this inside the 30. A gain of about 4. They need to get to the 22, but now face third down. Now they'll set up to throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
Tight end going in motion here. A handoff as they try to run it here.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. stick with him again. And there's defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down. He's got it at the 3. And the Saints are going to have a first and goal coming up. He's out of bounds at the 2. 12 yards there and a first down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone.
To the end zone. It's intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession here. It's a touchback. They'll take over at the 20-yard line. To throw, it's Manning. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
Seems like the quarterback was a little predetermined in his read. I think he decided even before seeing the coverage where that ball was going. Next time, read the coverage. Let the play unfold. Don't force something that's not there.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. A pickup there of 13. That's good for a Colts first down. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. They're going to motion the tight end over here. They'll try to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
On the play fake, here's Manning. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
One of those plays where you like the idea, you just don't like the execution. I didn't feel the quarterback was overly comfortable in the pocket. Footwork a little bit sloppy. All of a sudden now the pass is a little less accurate and an opportunity for a big shot. You end up falling short.
Up the middle they go. Oh, a loose football. The Saints have got it. And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. Here's the Indianapolis offense. Now as they get set to take over once more, they'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion, fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. And maybe the quarterback should have given that one away. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
A lot of defense's strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on him. And in this case, they're able to hold him to no gain.
He's going to keep this again. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
This crowd into it now as we get to third down. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. The Colts about set to punt, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. So that one's going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll work ahead for about 5 to the 25. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. A big play looming here. They need to convert. It is 3rd and inches. Now a give up the middle, and he's not going to get the first down. Met and brought down in the backfield on 3rd and short. They do not get it done.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Colts offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Manning. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They go play action with Manning. Off he goes.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now a give on the ground. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now Manning. Over the middle, it's Harrison. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Here's third down and a few inches. To the air is Manning. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's clear from that third down call, Mike, that they had already made up their mind that they would go for it on fourth down. Figured they still have that extra down in their pocket on the defensive side of the field. Now is the time to continue to be aggressive.
Here it is on fourth down. And he is going to have a Colts first down. They managed to convert. That'll keep the drive alive.
This play should always end up converting a fourth down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
That's caught by Harrison right side. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And
in trouble. Down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
On third down, it's Manning. That is hauled in at the 5. 17 yards on the gain, and now they've got first and goal.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around?
He's got his big tight end. Touchdown, Colts. Greg, they did everything they wanted to do on that drive, and now a chance to really make it an important lead.
Mike, with that touchdown there, they're an extra point conversion from extending this lead to a 2-score game. And at this point in the fourth quarter, I think they'd feel pretty good about their chances of holding on.
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Colts are going to open up the lead to 8. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
He's got his man, right side, it's complete. 14 yards on that pass play there. First down, New Orleans.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the two needed needs to be fast because you need every possession you can here late in the fourth quarter.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike, you never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
Quickly to the outside and complete. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. There's that man again, another catch. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Now, 1st and goal. Back to the air one more time. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's in. Kendre Miller. Touchdown, New Orleans.
What a finish there to get the touchdown, but of course the job's not done, and this is where the defense needs to regroup, Mike. It's one thing to give up the touchdown, but now you're still one stop away from being the hero. They got to dial in,
And he is going to get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion works, and we've got ourselves a tie game. Tie game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive. It starts with first down. Throwing now, Manning. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
In these critical moments of the game, Mike, you always turn to your best players, and that's exactly what they did here, and they just weren't able to connect. Give this defense a lot of credit. They knew when it was crunch time, where did this quarterback want to look, and they were ready, and they took him away.
Looking to throw is Manning. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. The sound deafening in the dome. It's third down. Here's Manning. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. And that was very nearly a disaster at this juncture of the game. But fortunately, a teammate able to cradle it, and they keep possession. The Colts about to kick this one away. Important punt here in this tie game late. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Saints offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. We're all even, fourth quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Quick throw, taken in, and they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. He'll drop to throw. Got his man, that's Grant. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
I think it's clear, Mike. I think they have their sights set on winning this game in regulation. I don't think overtime is even in the picture. They are trying to be aggressive, continue to move this ball down. Can they find a way to pull this game off here late in the 4th quarter?
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. He's going to run it. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. Here's a big one. This 3rd down. Here we go. One final play. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. That ball intercepted. And it's a big play there to secure the football. And we are headed to overtime. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. Davis now to return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll begin here on the ground. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Now a first throw here in overtime. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
We're all set to kick this one away. And he's on for a big one here in overtime. A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. The Saints offense headed back to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Williams. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. It's another run here for Williams. This will be a Saints 1st down as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Tight end motioning left. Now a run on 1st down. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Now this time they'll look to throw. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
The Saints will punt this one away as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Colts offense ready to get back at it. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll try the right side this time. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. To throw, it's Manning. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
Manning gets it away quickly, and it's caught. Second down and 3. Back to throw is Manning. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
They'll try the zone read on 1st and 10. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Here's a 2nd and 9. They go play action. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get stripped sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
Under pressure, he's going to go down again. They've sacked him for a second consecutive time.
I don't have any real advanced analysis for this one, Mike. I mean, I think the simplest way to categorize it is this possession has been a disaster.
Punt team out, ready to send this one away. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. First and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll go underneath here, the running back out of the backfield. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Back to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a first down.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
Slot receiver headed right. To the ground, a first down run. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And the running back's going to get all the stats and all the glory, but make no mistake about it, Mike, that was a great team effort on that run play. Everyone executing their blocking assignments to perfection. He's able to pick up a nice gain and fresh set of downs.
They motion the slot man left. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll stick with him again. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here, his ability to get back there, make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain.
On third down, they'll go with the counter to try and pick it up. They try the same thing, and a similar result. Back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. Here comes 4th down.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
Timeout, Indianapolis. That is their 2nd. So a pressure kick coming here for Blake Grupe. This one to win it in overtime. That's long enough, and it's good! On target from long range. So this one, a win for the Saints. They knew a field goal would do it, and a pressure kick from distance was right on the money. They come away with the victory here in overtime. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Saints are winners, as we say so long from New Orleans.